Listen, stop whatever you're doing. Because what I'm about to tell you is the kind of scandal that makes your phone overheat, your Wi-Fi glitch, and your ancestors sit up in their graves. Like, child, run that back. Because apparently, and I want you to brace yourself for this, Tamar Braxton just dropped a bomb so big, it could shut down the entire Braxton family tree. We're talking about cheating. We're talking about lies. We're talking about a husband who had absolutely no business being that comfortable on Instagram Live, suddenly being exposed as the main character in a real-life telenovela. And the gag. Towanda is reportedly crying. Not metaphorically. Not emotionally. No, allegedly crying real tears. The kind that fall in slow motion like a Tyler Perry close-up. But wait, how did Tamar find out? Who exposed the receipts? Why is Sean trending on every platform from Twitter to TikTok to the group chat? Your cousin still hasn't left. And most importantly, why does this family produce more plot twists than all 7 seasons of Braxton Family Values combined? Buckle up, grab your snacks, turn your brightness up, because this isn't just tea. This is a boiling pot hitting the floor at 3 a.m., waking up the whole neighborhood. And baby Tamar isn't holding anything back. Tamar Braxton's revelation didn't just shake the Braxton fan base. It practically sent shockwaves across every corner of the internet, where even a whisper of celebrity drama can spark a digital earthquake. The moment her words slipped out, people froze mid-scroll as if someone had pulled the plug on the entire timeline. Because Tamar didn't hint, she didn't suggest, she didn't vaguely imply anything. She revealed something explosive, something that instantly rewired the way fans viewed Towanda's marriage, and something that immediately raised questions about why Sean had been so aggressively inserting himself into Braxton family issues in the first place. Suddenly, the pieces began connecting in people's minds. The old interviews, the strange public behavior, the awkward energy during family gatherings, all of it started forming a picture no one expected to see. And when Tamar exposed that Towanda's husband had allegedly stepped outside the marriage, the silence that followed felt louder than any argument the sisters had ever aired on television. The Braxtons have always been an emotional roller coaster, a family filled with talent, trauma, love, rivalry, and decades of unresolved tension that has played out on reality TV like a modern Greek tragedy. But this was different. This wasn't about who missed a rehearsal, who walked off set, or who argued during a holiday dinner. This was about betrayal, trust, humiliation, and the kind of scandal that sends a family into full crisis mode. People rushed online, looking for clues, replaying Towanda's live streams, examining Sean's body language, slowing down clips like amateur detectives trying to see if something had been hiding in plain sight. Every eyebrow twitch, every half smile, every awkward pause became evidence as fans tried to determine whether Tamar had just confirmed what some had quietly suspected for years, because Sean has always hovered around the Braxton chaos in a way that felt almost too eager, as if he wanted to be the unofficial spokesperson for the family despite being the newest one in the circle. Whenever drama erupted, he positioned himself like a moral authority, giving monologues about energy and vibrations, while ignoring the fact that he was adding fuel to every conflict. So when Tamar dropped the alleged cheating revelation, people looked back at all of his sermons about peace and spiritual boundaries and wondered, the loudest voice in the room had been hiding the biggest secret all along. And then came the rumors that Towanda had broken down in tears. Not the cute tears you dab away with the tissue, but the kind of tears that come from realizing the world is about to judge your marriage before you even have time to breathe. Fans began whispering that everything suddenly made sense. The attitude shifts, the defensiveness, the odd tension in interviews, all signs of deeper issues boiling beneath the surface. And as the truth rippled outward, the entire fandom braced itself, because it was clear this was only the beginning. As the internet dug deeper, the story took on a life of its own, spreading faster than any Braxton controversy in recent memory. Suddenly, every corner of social media looked like a full-scale investigative newsroom, where everyone believed they had the missing piece of the puzzle. Anonymous pages claimed they'd received private messages from people who allegedly lived near the couple. People who worked around them. People who insisted they'd seen things long before Tamar said a word. None of these sources could be verified, but that never stopped the public from devouring every detail as if it were carved in stone. Some anonymous account claimed Sean had been seen at restaurants with someone who was definitely not Towanda. Another insisted they spotted him late at night picking someone up in a car that did not belong to his wife. Others swore they had screenshots hinting at a relationship carried out behind closed doors. And while none of it could be confirmed, the public did what the public always does when handed half a rumor. They built a full narrative around it. People stitched old clips of Sean speaking about loyalty, faithfulness, and moral integrity, pointing out how irony seemed to drip from every sentence now that Tamar's revelation had pushed him into the center of a cheating scandal. On TikTok, users slowed down audio from an old live stream where Towanda nervously adjusted her hair while Sean spoke over her. And suddenly, that clip took on a new meaning. Viewers claimed her expression looked like a woman struggling under the weight of secrets. Meanwhile, gossip bloggers posted what they claimed were bank statements showing suspicious spending habits. Hotel charges that didn't match their travel schedule. Gifts purchased at strange hours, receipts from expensive restaurants Towanda had never mentioned attending. Whether real or fabricated didn't matter because the speculation was already crashing through the fandom like a storm. Every new rumor pushed Towanda further into the role of a woman blindsided by betrayal. Past issues between the sisters only added more fuel, especially moments where Towanda seemed resentful of Tamar's success or frustrated by how easily Tamar could dominate a room. Fans wondered if these feelings made her ignore red flags in her marriage or defend things she should have questioned. Public reactions grew louder as fans posted long threads analyzing every frame of Braxton family values, searching for moments where Towanda looked unhappy or Sean looked distracted. Some viewers claimed they had always sensed something was off. Even celebrities who worked with the family dropped subtle comments hinting they'd seen tension years ago but never knew why. And while those claims were vague and often contradictory, each one added another layer to the growing belief that Tamar hadn't exposed something small. She had torn the lid off a secret simmering for far too long as speculation reached its peak. The situation moved beyond gossip and turned into a full-blown crisis unfolding in real time. Now, people weren't just talking about what may have happened, but what could happen next. There were whispers that Towanda might be considering legal action against certain blogs, even though those rumors only exploded after Tamar's revelation lit the match. Other murmurs suggested members of the Braxton family were urging Towanda to step away from social media before things spiraled further out of control. Fans began wondering how this would affect the already delicate relationships between the sisters, considering their long history of fractures, grudges, and explosive confrontations. Some predicted the incident could lead to a serious family intervention, forcing everyone to address years of tension. Others believed the fallout would be even more dramatic, perhaps public statements, sisters taking sides, or distancing themselves from one another to avoid being dragged deeper into the chaos. Rumors surfaced that producers who previously worked with the Braxtons were discussing whether this scandal might spark a new season, not because the family needed the exposure, but because audiences were already glued to the unfolding drama and networks knew the ratings would be massive. Behind the scenes, it was said that Towanda felt betrayed not only by her husband's alleged actions, but by the fact that the truth, real or exaggerated, had been exposed by her own sister. Some insiders claimed she was considering time away from public life to process everything away from cameras. Others insisted she wanted to confront Sean directly in a way that would leave no misunderstandings about how deeply this revelation had cut her. Meanwhile, Tamar's name continued dominating headlines as people debated whether she crossed a line or simply reached her limit after years of staying silent for the sake of family unity. Public opinion swung back and forth. Some said she did the right thing by speaking up. Others argued she should have allowed Towanda to handle her marriage privately. In the midst of all this, speculation grew that Sean might face his own consequences, ranging from public scrutiny to possible separation, depending on how much of Tamar's revelation was grounded in truth, and how much was amplified by the emotional, chaotic fallout. Every new theory, screenshot, rumor, and anonymous tip added fuel to the fire, transforming this story into something much larger than a simple accusation. It became a dramatic unfolding saga that left everyone waiting to see what the Braxtons would do next. And now that every layer of this story has unraveled, and every hidden moment has been dragged into the light, the only question left is where this family goes from here and what this revelation truly means for everyone involved. But before the next twist drops, I want to hear from you because your voice shapes how this story unfolds. Do you think Tamar did the right thing by exposing the truth? Or should she have stayed silent to protect her sister's marriage? Do you believe the rumors about Sean? Or do you think the internet ran too far with Tamar's words? Share your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments. Because this conversation is far from over and the next chapter could break it any moment. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next explosive update.